Today, we're going to do a mini writer's workshop. And so what you're going to need is your journal and a pencil, and that is all. At the top of your paper, you are going to write writer's workshop so we know what we're working on in our journal. And then you'll also put today's date. Today is the 30th. It is the last day of our month of April. Pretty crazy. April went pretty fast. Alrighty, and today for writing, we're going to be doing some opinion writing. And I know this word probably sounds familiar to you because we've done it before in second grade. So an opinion is what you think or feel about something. So opinions are totally up to you. There's no right or wrong answer. It's what you think or feel about a certain topic. Also, we can think about it as a point of view. And in this case, it's going to be your point of view, what you are thinking or feeling about our topic. So our topic today is, what is the best pet? I bet if we were to ask Mary Anning in our story from this week, she would probably say a dog because she had her pet dog, Trey. So in her opinion or her point of view, she probably thinks that the best pet is a dog. But today, you're going to have a chance to answer this question for yourself. So before we start brainstorming for our writing, I want to show you a little trick that I use to remember how we write opinion writing. So first, we start out with our opinion. We start out by telling the reader what our opinion is. We have to state that first so that they know what our point of view is. Next, we give a reason or an example to tell why we have the opinion that we have, and this will make sense later. And then last, we tell our opinion one more time just to make sure that the reader really understands what our opinion is and that our opinion is nice and clear. So you might be wondering why I'm using these special papers to show how we write our opinion, but I'm going to cover some of the parts up, and I want to see if you see a word. When I cover those things up, do you see a word left over? Do you see the word Oreo? I covered up the rest because this is a really handy way for me to remember what goes into my opinion writing. The letters are Oreo. The first O starts with opinion. We always start with our opinion, just like the top cookie. Then the middle, the white filling, is R-E, reason or example. I give a reason or an example to support my opinion. And then I finish with a cookie on the bottom and is an O, and that is my opinion again. I say my opinion again. So that's a little way I like to remember. I like to remember how to do opinion writing. It's just like an Oreo. Opinion, I give a reason or an example, and then I give my opinion one more time. Now, here's the thing. I don't know about you, but I love Oreos, and the only thing that I can think that's better than an Oreo is a double stuffed Oreo. So today, we're actually going to be creating kind of a double stuffed Oreo where we're actually going to give two reasons and examples in our writing because we're in second grade, so we can give those extra reasons why we have the opinion that we have. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly draw this out. It's just going to be a quick little sketch to help me remember, and I want you to draw it too. I'm going to start with my top cookie and draw a big O for opinion. And I'm going to draw one layer of cream, and that's going to say reason or example. Oops. Reason or example, and I'll show you what that means in just a little bit. Then I'm going to finish off with my last cookie on the bottom, and it's going to say opinion. Oops. Opinion. I think I spelled that wrong. There we go. Again, and I say my opinion again, and then if you want to, you can even circle the letters that show it spelling Oreo. I'm actually going to highlight it too, so it's nice and clear. So I remember how I do my opinion writing is opinion, reason or example, and then opinion. And I'm going to just shade in the top and bottom to kind of make it look like an Oreo, so I remember, oh, it's like an Oreo cookie. The white cream in the middle and the black cookies on the top and bottom. And again, we're going to add a second reason or example, but we will work on that when we do our brainstorming. So you are going to flip over your page right now and we're going to start brainstorming. This is going to be a little bit tricky because everyone is going to have a different opinion. So all of our brainstorming is going to look different. Some people might think the best pet is a dog, so they're going to give reasons for why a dog is the best. Other people will say that the best pet is a lizard, so they're going to give reasons why a lizard is the best. So I'm just going to show you. I'm going to show you how you write your opinion and brainstorm that, and then brainstorm your reasons and examples. And then you can do this after the video for the pet that you choose. So the very first thing I want you to do is I want you to choose right down here, if you want to draw a picture too, what pet you're going to be talking about today. So I am going to be talking about a pet goldfish. But remember, you pick your own example of what you think the best pet is. You get to choose. This is your chance to choose. I'm going to draw a little picture too because I like pictures. They help me remember what I'm working on. So I think the best pet is a goldfish, but you're going to have your own opinion. It might be the same as mine and it might be different. Then we're going to start by drawing a line. I would say it's almost as if we were going to divide our paper into thirds, but we don't. We just draw the first line. So I want a really big section over here and then a smaller section over here. And this is where I'm going to write the different parts of my opinion writing. I'm going to write opinion right here and underline the O to remember that's my first step in Oreo. So opinion. This is where I'm going to start writing down my opinion. And there are a couple ways we can write our opinion. You can say this. You can say, I think blank, and that's where your pet would go. Pet is the best pet. That's one way we can say our opinion. Another way we can say it is we can say, in my opinion, blank is the best pet. You don't have to write all these down. You just have to choose the words that you want to use to write your opinion. And then the last one you could say is the best pet is blank. So you have 3 different options of how you want to write your opinion. So pick one of those and write it down here on your brainstorming paper and plug in into this blank here. Plug in whatever animal you think is the best pet. All right, then we're going to move on to our reason or example number 1. And I'm going to write the R and E big so I can remember those are part of the Oreo. This is like the cream, the middle parts, right? Now, oops, and let me put a number 1. I need to come up with a reason or an example. So right now, when you give your reason or example, you have to think about whatever pet you chose, and this tells the reader why. This tells the reader why your opinion is what it is. You have to give some reasons as to why you think that your pet, the pet that you chose, is the best pet. So for me, for a goldfish, I'm going to give a reason first. I'm going to work on giving a reason. So sometimes a good word we can use when we give reasons is the word because. This is a word that tells us why, and you'll see this makes sense when I put it in a sentence. So my first reason I'm going to say is a goldfish is the best pet because, do you notice here, I'm using my reason word because, but at the beginning I'm kind of saying my opinion again. A goldfish is the best pet because, and then because tells my reader that I'm going to say why it's the best. Because you can keep it in your room. That tells my reader why I think a goldfish is the best. And I use that word because, and I'm going to highlight reason because this time I chose to give a reason because the reasons and examples are a little bit different. Alrighty. Then I'm going to draw a line. Once you've written your reason, if you want to pause the video and work on your reason, number 1, you totally can. Stop it and then write about why do you think your pet is the best pet? All right, next one, we're going to go on to reason or example number 2. Remember, this is a double stuffed Oreo, so we have 2 parts in the middle. Number 2, this time I'm going to work on giving an example. I'm going to give an example. And examples just give more details, or examples can tell about real experiences from your life. And that can help tell the reader why you think a pet is the best. So I'm going to give an example, a real example that happened in my life. I'm going to say also, this is another good word we can use when we're giving our reasons and our examples because it tells the reader that we're going to give another reason or example why we think our pet is the best. So I'm going to say also, I had a goldfish when I was younger, and it was fun to watch it swim. Now, this is a really long example I gave, but you can tell that it's an example because it's something that actually happened in my life. I said also, I had a goldfish. I'm telling the reader that this was a real experience in my life. I had a goldfish when I was younger and it was fun to watch it swim. That was something I actually enjoyed doing. So that's an example from my own life. Now that I am all done with my reason and my example, I'm going to write opinion again at the bottom, because remember, I have to finish one with my opinion, and there are a couple ways I can do this. Oops, let me straighten this out for you. There are a couple ways we can do this. Let's see, I want to make it straight. Oops, I'm going the opposite way. Sorry about that. Nope. There we go. Okay. So we have to say our opinion again. So in this case, what I'm going to say is, there are a couple things you can say. You can say, these are the reasons why I think is the best pet. You can end by telling the person that. You can say, these are the reasons. I just told you the reasons why I think this is the best pet. Another way you can end is by saying, as you can see, blank is the best pet. And the reason you can say this, I am running out of space. Best pet. Okay, squeeze it in there. The reason you can say as you can see is because you just told the person your reason. So you're telling your reader, as you can see, you just saw some reasons I gave why this is the best pet. So before you go on to work on your own brainstorming, I do want to tell you one thing. Here, you can give 2 reasons if you want to, or you could give 2 examples. So reasons and examples are a little bit different. Remember, a reason tells you why, using the word because, and an example is a real experience. It's a real experience that you've had in your life that is that tells why you think that pet is the best. So I chose to do 1 reason and 1 example. But if you would like to, you could do a reason, example. It is up to you, as long as you are able to tell your reader why. Once you have brainstormed and finished your brainstorm on this page, you're going to go to the next page in your journal, and you're going to take all of those ideas and put them together into 1 paragraph. So for mine, it would say, I think the best pet is a goldfish. There, I gave my opinion. I'm just going to put in parentheses, don't do this part. That's just me showing you. Do not write this. Don't write this down. It's just me showing you. Oh, I think the best pet is a goldfish. Then I have to go back and look at my reasons, and I'm going to put all my writing ideas together. A goldfish is the best pet because, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause my video and show you what I did when I put all my writing together. Alrighty, so I put all of my ideas that I brainstormed, I put them together into sentences, and now I have 1 cohesive paragraph that tells my opinion. I'm going to go through, you do not need to do this part, but I am going to point out where all the different parts of our Oreo are. So right here I drew an O. I think the best pet is a goldfish. This is the first time I say my opinion. Then it goes on to my reason, or example number 1. I'm going to put RE number 1. And then I go on to my reason, example, RE number 2. And then I finish by saying my opinion 1 more time. I restate my opinion, I say my opinion again. So you do not need to do the last part I did. All you need to do is write down, put all your ideas that you brainstorm, put them all together, and share your opinion writing with me on Seesaw. Take a picture of it and then read it. Record yourself reading it. And I'm really excited to see what your guys' opinions are about the best pet.